Good morning to Morning Vibes Q&A with Natalie. This is the first ever, so thank you for joining me. What I'll be doing here is answering questions that you might have for me. And since this is the first ever, I had a subscriber ask me how I am able to jump rope at my weight and don't my knees hurt. So I am going to share I'm going to share a little bit of information with you about how I was able to get to be able to jump rope in the first place. And I'm going to answer that question. But before I do, there is a short 15, if you click on my name down below, Health and Life on the title, Health and Life with Natalie, you will go, it will take you to my homepage. Now click after the video, okay? Stay here with me. But it will take you to my homepage where you can, you will find a video called Get on the Transformation Wheel. And so this is a short clip. And what I'd like you to do when you click on that video is to go to the comments. And if you have any questions or anything that you'd like, any topics that you'd like to hear me talk about, any questions for me, leave them there. And once a week, we're going to do Q&A, this Morning Vibes Q&A with Natalie. And yes, that's me. So that I can answer, I'll pick a question and I will answer. So getting back to today, let's get right into it. How am I able to jump rope at my weight? So, right. And this is for I guess this question is for everyone. At first, when I was asked this question, I thought, well, can't they see? Like, I'm doing it. I'm jumping rope. Like, I'm jumping. But you know what? It's a really valid question because some people don't think they can jump rope because they're having pain. But the truth is, in order to get rid of the pain, which is a lot of times caused by inflammation, you need to start exercising. And you have to pick your battles, and you have to pick the exercise that works for you. And so before you start jumping rope, if you have knee problems, of course, you're not going to start off jumping rope, right? Like, you're going to pick something else, maybe something that's lesser impact. And you should always, before you start any exercise program, please check with your doctor and make sure that it's right for you. But with that said, I didn't start by jumping rope. I didn't just get up one day and start jumping rope. Of course, you could do that, right? But I didn't get up one day and go, oh, I'm in so much pain, I'm going to jump rope. And by the way, when I first started working out or doing any type of activity, I was in pain. I had knee pain on the right and left inner side of my legs. I had a lot of pain. And so it was very hard. And the reason why I made this video of me jumping is to show you that, you know what, us thick girls can do it too. But you got to do it right. You got to do it right so you don't injure yourself. So I'm going to share with you how I got to the point where I could jump rope, what my struggles were, and just try to answer the question as best and as honest as possible. So the first thing I did was I started on an anti-inflammatory diet, right? Which is hard because a lot of our foods are inflammatory. We eat a lot of processed foods. We eat a lot of sugary things. And if you buy boxed food in the store, you look at the labeling. There's sugar in almost everything. And then forget about what ingredients are in there. If you buy a can of corn, it's not just corn in that. So I had to train myself to start shopping the outskirts of the grocery store. And I always cooked, but I just had to learn to cook differently, right? Like, cook different foods. I mean, as I started eating more fruits and vegetables, which it's not the only thing I eat. I do eat meat, I'm not a saint, so I still have those things that I love occasionally, right? But I follow like more of an 80-20 rule for myself, where 80% of my diet is anti-inflammatory, or at least 80%, and then I leave room for those other things. So yeah, so that's the first thing that I did. So the next thing that I did was I started working out. Now, whoo, thank you to, I gotta give a shout out, designer designer health fitness, um was very instrumental in helping me, to get my butt in gear and get moving. And I did one-on-one coaching with designer health fitness, and Justin Seiler is the owner, and actually he worked with me one-on-one, to get me to the point where I was up, moving, and it was nice because he was like my accountability partner, right? So, and then Nomad Mobile Fitness, which is my workout group, locally, um, I went and I worked out and I lifted weights with them. So working out was also key. Weightlifting helped to build the muscles, around everywhere. Weightlifting just helps build muscle. That's what it does. It helps to build muscle. And when we have not been exercising for a long time, or I had not been exercising for a long time, you don't realize as you get older, um, especially, I'm going to give myself away here. I'm 52 years old. So I think once you turn 25 or something like that, for every year, your muscles atrophy. So we need to be working out and doing some type of weightlifting to keep our muscle mass. And as the muscles atrophy, what happens is everything gets weak, and then we start putting pressure on our, on other parts of our body. So, yeah. So that's what I did. So I did that. And then what else did I do? Oh yeah, let me tell you. Natalie had a love affair with wine. Me and wine, inseparable. Inseparable. But yes, I had to give up wine. I mean, I could drink 2 to 3 bottles of wine like it was nothing. Well, the doctor did say that wine is good for you, right? Well, not that much wine, I found out. Well, I always knew it, but I got away with it and I was fine, and so I did it. But as you get older, your body doesn't tolerate, and you're not detoxing, and you're eating processed foods, and now you're adding all these extra, alcohol is a toxin. It just is. And so as you're taking that in, your body starts to have more trouble clearing it out. And so you start having more problems. And for me, my problem was mostly inflammatory. And most diseases that we get are inflammatory. Separation. Now, do I drink wine? I might have a glass every now and then. Shirley Temple, I'll have a Shirley Temple depending on the evening, but I'm not having it every night. And I am conscious that I need to detox my body. So what does that mean? That means that I drink detox juices. I intermittent fast. Intermittent fasting has helped me give myself a time period where I am just cleansing out, right? And allowing my body to naturally detox itself over a longer period of time, at least minimum 12 hours. I give myself a 6 to 8 hour eating window depending on the day, and mostly it's 6 hours. So eating for me looks like 10 o'clock in the morning, then 4 o'clock, not 4 o'clock, 10 o'clock, then 2 o'clock, and then 6 o'clock. So that's my eating window. So that's 2 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 10 to 6 or 10 to 4. It just depends on the day. And so sometimes it's 12 to 6. But yeah, so that allows my body to rest, right? Because your body needs to rest, because your body needs to clean itself out. If your body's constantly working to process foods, when is it metabolizing it? It makes it harder. So I did that. And I mean, those are the big things that I've done. And the other thing is I gave myself grace, and I stopped talking about, I stopped talking about my journey being a weight loss journey, because it's a lifestyle change journey for me. And that's something that my coach at Designer Health Fitness helped me realize, is that, we have, I think, Siri, how many people in the US are obese?
Here's what I found from our xlist.com. More than 1/3 of US adults, or 78.6 million people, are considered to be obese, according to the CDC.
So almost 80% of adults in the US are considered to be obese. So I'm part of the majority, right? And so I'm trying to become part of the minority, but not by just losing weight, but by changing my lifestyle. And that's what he helped me realize, that, as you change it, whatever you're doing has to be sustainable. So it's right? It takes a little bit of time to do that crossover from what you were doing before, where maybe you're just eating on the fly, like whatever is available, to actually meal planning, because I'm planning the nutrients that my body needs, and how I'm going to get them into my body ahead of time for the week, because that's going to set me up for success, right? And that's going to set me up for success to be healthy, decrease inflammation, and then as a byproduct, the weight will come off. And I'm looking at like half a pound to a pound a week, and I'm good with that. Like, I'm so good with that. Before, as you start to feel, what I found is that as you start to feel better, and I know I digress, the question was not about my lifestyle change, but it is, right? Like the jumping, it isn't, that wasn't the initial question, but the question is about lifestyle change, because my lifestyle changes have allowed me to be able to jump rope and not be in pain, and monitoring myself as I do it to make sure, like, I'm not injuring myself, and listening to my body the next day. If I'm in pain, or I'm sore, then I give myself some grace, and give myself the space to rest, and then come back to it the next day, and keep going. I don't stop. And the other thing is that I didn't start jumping rope and go from 0 to 100, right? I started and maybe did 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and every day I increase by I add another 5 seconds at a time, and now I'm up to like maybe 45 seconds to a minute that I can jump rope straight. And I'm not competing with anyone. I'm competing with myself. So I am just looking at, what did you do yesterday? Can you do more today? And if I did more today than I can yesterday, that's success. What matters is that I am getting healthy at a pace that is sustainable for me. And when I get up every day, I gauge my success based on, do I feel good? Did I follow my plan? And I don't have to be perfect. That's the best thing. It doesn't have to be perfect. But I have a plan. I'm executing that said plan, right? And then I'm judging said plan at the end to see, like, how did I do? So, I mean, I hope that helps and I hope that answers the question. My goal is to really encourage anybody to just get out there. If you look like me and you know what, you can do it too. I want to encourage you. Get out there. Do it. Just get moving a little bit at a time. Yes, I'm able to do it. No, I don't have pain anymore. When I jump rope, I'm sore the next day, of course, but body aches have decreased. Um, Joint pains have decreased. Yes, I had pain at the beginning when I started, so I started slow. And that's it. Like, you know what? Just slow and steady wins your race. Okay? So, with that said, I'm sending you love, light, and knowledge. Until next time, thank you for joining me on Morning Vibes. I will see you next time.